What's up, everybody? Good morning. My name's Benny. Instagram handle is KendrickBBQ. I'm gonna be doing a pretty tasty recipe today. It's bacon wrapped brisket burn-ins. It's an awesome recipe. I seen my buddy do a few years ago, Bacon Raider Barbecue, and it's a labor of love. Let me put it that way. It's a process to get to the finished product because you're gonna smoke a whole brisket. You're gonna remove that point. You're gonna let that cool down to room temp, then get it in the fridge overnight to get it to cool down, and then we go from there. I'll walk you through all the steps, which is awesome. So please follow along. All right, so I've got my brisket point that's been in the fridge all night. You can see it's stiff, it's cold. We want this as cold as possible because we're gonna wrap this with the Snake River Kurabuta bacon. We want this as cold as possible because it's already been on the Traeger for 15 hours. Last thing we want to do is overcook it, but it's got some awesome marbling in it. So once we wrap it in bacon, the bacon renders into the brisket. The finished product is killer, so you're not gonna like overcook this brisket. That bacon's gonna be a nice insulation for it while it's rendering down and cooking. So let me get my chef's knife out and start cubing this brisket point up. All right, so we're gonna start cubing this up. I'm gonna go about 1 inch. You can see the marbling in that brisket. So you can go like so. Those aside, we'll work our way down. Nice and stiff. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. So, we'll cut that off there. Look at that. We'll leave some of that fat on there. No problem. So I'm gonna cube the rest of this up and we'll bust out the bacon. Okay, so I got my wrapping started. If you do this right, you won't need toothpicks, which are a pain in the butt sometimes. Basically take the bacon and you wanna pull it a little bit, not to where it breaks apart. You're gonna go around like so, and then you're gonna just kinda switch that around like that. And wherever you ended, put that on the bottom, and there you go. It'll be nice. Once it starts rendering and cooking, that bacon's gonna stay firm. You won't need to worry about any toothpicks. So I'll finish these up and get them on the Traeger. Okay, now that these are all wrapped, what I like to do, being that the brisket was seasoned with the Meat Church Holy Gospel, I'm just gonna stick with that same flavor profile on the bacon. So now it's just taking each one of these and giving us a little sprinkle of this Holy Gospel. We'll let them sweat out a little bit and then we'll get them on the Traeger. Here we go, let's finish these up. Okay, everything's wrapped, seasoned. Oh, and then we got Tilly, my sous chef. Tilly, say hi. Boom. So grill of choice today is my Traeger Ironwood 885. You can see we're rolling smoke. We're gonna go 300 degrees. I don't go too low or too hot. I want that bacon to render nicely into that burn in there. So these eventually will get sauced, but we're gonna let the Traeger do its thing, get that bacon cooked and rendered, and then we'll check back in. Okay, we're coming up to temperature. Now it's time to just let the Traeger do its thing. Render that bacon. Look at that. Smoke ring bark bacon. Now, it's gonna be good. All right, let's close this lid and do some work. Okay, we've been about 30 minutes. So bacon is not cooking too fast is what we're looking for. I'll get the barbecue sauce ready that's going to go on these. We'll sauce these in about 20 more minutes or so. All right, there we go. About 45 minutes at 300 degrees. The bacon's done some rendering. So we're going to go with the Traeger sweet and heat. We got some apricot for the sweet. We got some heat in there. I've got my sauce, my special spoon that I've made for my dipping, one at a time. This goes with that labor of love. I'm telling you, if you do these for your friends, family, anybody over, you're gonna knock their socks off. So let's get this on my spoon. Here we go. We'll do a nice little dip for you. Move it around. And come on, man. That's gonna tack up for about 15 more minutes on the Traeger. It's gonna be a pillowy, beefy bacon bite. Let's do this. Okay, it's been about a 20-minute tack up on that sauce. So now we just want to get them out, resting, let everything kind of firm back up, and we'll do a taste test. Okay, there we go. Taste test. So I get these are a lot of time, but good food, great barbecue, can't be rushed. So your passion will come through on the finished product. With that said, let's get this bacon, beefy, ooh, sticky. Look at this. Let's dig in. It's like a pillow. That's when you're not playing fair. Bust it up to your family and friends. All day.